When it comes to dogs, sure some of us, especially men, dreamt of having a dog with 3 heads. I once wished I had a pet dog like Cerberus. But did you know that Cerberus is a working dog? Yes, he was identified as a hellhound, but his purpose is to watch, which is normally seen in working dogs. Of course we need to start with Cerberus' parents. His father is a monster called Typhoon. It is a dragon-like monster. Because of its terrifying appearance, the rest of the Olympian gods are running away from it. Only Athena and Zeus defeated Typhoon. Well, his mother is an echidna. Half woman, half snake. It lives in a cave far away from civilization, which is understandable. Typhoon and echidna gave life to various monsters in Greek mythology, and almost all of them also had many heads. Hydra, the Chimera and the 2-headed hellhound Orthus are one of them. The most popular description of Cerberus is that it has 3 heads. These 3 heads have their representation. It is the present, past and future. While on other sources, it is said to represent birth, young, and old age. Cerberus' earliest description was of the 8th-7th century before Common Era, and according to Hesiod's Theogony, it had 50 heads. Pindar, on the other hand, has given it 100 heads. But subsequent writers only gave it 3 heads. Like Hesiod's description, other writers describe Cerberus as having 50 heads, but they further elaborate on it where 3 of them are dog heads, and 47 heads are from other different animals. The Latin poet Horace describes Cerberus as a dog head and 100 snake heads. It is possible that this was due to Cerberus's parents, where the mother was half snake and his father was a monster. So we can see that there are snake genes, which probably the explanation why Cerberus was sometimes depicted with snake heads. Horace is not the only one who described Cerberus as having snake characteristics. Hecataeus of Miletus described Cerberus as a large, venomous snake. Other writers gave him a poisonous breath, his feathers were sharp, and there was a snake's tail. He also has a burning eye and has 3 tongues. In each description it seems to be closer to the Chimera compared to the Cerberus. Although Cerberus looks ugly and scary, he is not a demonic creature. In fact, like other dogs, Cerberus is loyal. He was devoted to his boss Hades, and when Hades gave him a job, he did it. Hades only gave 2 commandments: no mortal can enter, and no soul can come out. Whoever violates this will be slaughtered by Cerberus. Scary, isn't it? But we got to understand, this is his boss's order. He will not just attack for no reason. When Typhon was defeated, Zeus looked for his wife Echidna, but he hid because she was in labor those days. Zeus finds Echidna, but before Zeus can inflict punishment, Hera, his wife, stops him. Hera is the goddess of marriage, womanhood and birth. Hera will not allow the murder of a mother who gave her child a life, regardless of whether it is a monster or not. So Zeus did have any choice but to leave Echidna and her children. Because of what Hera did, Echidna saw it as a debt of gratitude, so she offered her eldest son, Cerberus, as a sacrifice or gift, if you will. Hera was stunned by the appearance of Cerberus, but she knew that she could not reject Echidna's offer, especially since she could be her ally. So she accepted Echidna's offer, but she gave it to her brother, Hades, as a gift. Hades, on the other hand, took care of Cerberus and trained him to serve as a guard in the tunnel of the underworld. There is a law given by Hades, that is to not to allow the living to enter the underworld and not to allow the dead to go outside the gate. There is another version where it is mentioned that anyone can enter, but no one can get out. This is the story of how Cerberus became the guardian of the underworld. But of course the story is not over yet, because Cerberus is the hardest of Heracles's 12 labors. Heracles's last labor was to bring Cerberus to Earth to prove his strength and courage. Heracles found his way to the underworld, and Cerberus opened up to him, but he did not attack it, but went straight to Hades. Heracles asked permission from Hades to bring Cerberus to Earth. Hades was surprised and impressed here, but of course, Heracles just jumped without thinking. Hades was very impressed with what the Hercules showed, so he allowed it to bring Cerberus, but there were conditions. The first condition, he will not kill Cerberus, meaning no weapon will be used. The two condition, Heracles must return Cerberus after its labor. And the third and final condition, Heracles must tell Hades who ordered him to take Cerberus. With that being said, Heracles and Cerberus wrestled. Cerberus is strong and superior because of its 3 heads. With the force of the two's resistance, the ground they were trampling cracked and the walls moved as the two clashed. Heracles' plan was to put Cerberus to sleep so he could take it. He locked Cerberus' head. Cerberus tried to fight back, but he soon lost. King Eurystheus ordered Heracles to take Cerberus, and he thought Heracles would not succeed, so he was very scared when Heracles returned with Cerberus. The king no longer appeared to Heracles, and commanded Heracles that he send the monster back to where it belonged. When Heracles and Cerberus returned to the underworld, Hades appeared to the king and asked who ordered the king to take Cerberus to the underworld, and he explained that the order came from his sister Hera. According to the story, Hades visits Hera and warns that if the incident happens again, Hera will face his wrath. There are various stories about Heracles getting Cerberus. The one mentioned earlier is the most common version. According to early sources, Heracles fought Hades and was wounded by Heracles' bow. Hades said that Heracles had to defeat Cerberus without a weapon. Heracles did defeat Cerberus, but Hades did not release Cerberus, so Heracles shot Hades. There is another version where Heracles is welcomed by Persephone like a brother. Persephone is Hades' wife. According to this version, Persephone gave Cerberus shackled to Heracles. For more mythology videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you are always updated with new contents.